Okay, so as I've been mentioning all semester, there's two triangles that you have to memorize, one of which is the 30, 60, 90 triangle. And I'm going to derive it for you, and what we're going to do is we're going to start out with an equilateral triangle where each leg has a length of 1. And since it's equilateral, that means that each angle has a measure of what? 60 degrees, right? Because all angles have to have the same measure in an equilateral triangle. Alright, so I'm going to cut it in half right down the middle here. It's not perfect, but you get the idea. So now I have a right triangle. Now this top angle here is half of 60, which is 30, and then the length of half the base is now 1/2, right? So I'm just going to draw a duplicate of the half of the triangle, right? This has a length of 1, this has a length of 1/2, right? Because it's half of the 1, and this is 60 degrees, and this is 30 degrees, because it's half of 60. Now what I need to do is I need to find the length of the third side. Well, we have the Pythagorean theorem, right? And the Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is the hypotenuse. Well, I'm going to call this leg that I don't know a. So I have a squared plus my other leg, which is 1/2, squared, is equal to c squared, which is 1 squared. So a squared plus 1/4 is equal to 1, and that means that a squared is equal to 3/4, right? Because 1 minus 1/4 is 3/4. This should look familiar to you because we did this the other day in class. Now when I square root both sides, technically I need a plus or minus, but I'm looking at lengths. So I know that a is equal to the square root of 3 all over 2, right? And that's what it is simplified. And so let me put the square root of 3 over 2 here. So this is the 30, 60, 90 triangle. You could write it in any direction that you want. Usually I write it like this. Remember that the smallest angle is opposite the shortest side, so this has to be the 30, this has to be the 60. I have the shortest side being 1/2. My hypotenuse is always 1, and so that means that my longer non-hypotenuse leg would be the root 3 over 2. So memorize this triangle and the 45, 45, 90 triangle, which is coming up next.